Is this the perfect all-in-one security camera? Well, you'll have no more blind spots with Eufy's new 360-degree pan and tilt camera with its super bright 3000 lumen spotlight. First, let me start by saying a big thank you to Eufy for sending me this camera. I'm really looking forward to getting this set up and seeing how it works. This is Eufy's new 360-degree camera. But I'm not going to go over it now, let's just jump straight into the features because I really want to get this set up. But before we do, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, show me some love by hitting the like button and commenting down below. My affiliate links for this products are down in the description below, that's for both Eufy and Amazon. I do earn a small commission and it doesn't cost you a penny more. Also, keep an eye out for those Black Friday offers. The features of this camera, you have a 360 pan and tilt camera coverage, as I mentioned earlier, full 2K HD so you can see from the clarity of the license plate on here, and again we'll be testing this later. 3000 lumens brightness, now that is probably big enough to floodlight my whole garden, but we'll have a little look at that later. Subject lock and tracking, so it will find your subject and it will follow them all the way around. Of course it's IP weatherproofing, so IP65 rated. They've got 3 panels on the front, two-way audio. It works with voice assistant, so with Google Home or Alexa, and storage you can trust, so it's got inbuilt local storage on it. So let's go ahead and open this up. So let's go ahead and open this up. There's a little soft sponge on the top here to obviously stop the dome from cracking. A junction box which you can then fit in here. You can fit all your cablings in here and get this mounted. So we've got some screw mounts. We have the Eufy security pack which comes with all the accessories that you need. So, oh, that one came out. So some support there. It has all the screws and a USB cable and the main camera itself. So this is actually quite weighty. So wherever you're mounting this, you need to make sure it's quite fixed. These are the 3 floodlights, which you can then open up the screws and adjust to wherever you want. So you can do that on both sides. You can tilt all the floodlights, but you can't tilt each individual one. You have the speaker on the front here, so if I turn it around, you've got your connections on the top. On the back here, you've got your USB and sync button under here, I assume. Yep, so USB and sync. And last but not least, obviously this looks like it's mounted top down, but there's a little button. at the front here, which you can press. Again, the clamp is quite sturdy, which you can then mount at a 90-degree angle against the wall. I'm going to show you really quickly how easy it is to set this up in the app, and then we're going to take it outside and get it set up. So let's start in the Eufy app. Again, like I said, I've done this before multiple times if you want to have a look on another video, but really quickly you go to add device because it is slightly different on this one. You go down and you click the Floodlight Pro camera, and then it's looking for the QR code, which is just on the inside. So here's the bit where it differs slightly. So it says plug in the USB cable first. So we're going to turn that over and plug in the USB cable. Be sure not to tear off the film because the lights are quite bright, and do not stare directly at the lights. Luckily, I already have a USB cable here, so I'm just going to go ahead and plug this in. Now be careful when handling this camera because you don't want it to scratch. So let's go ahead and take that off. That rubber seal is very tight, and we go ahead and pop that in. So I'm just going to set it like this for now, for the time being. So it's showing here we need to power it on. That's just gone round, so the camera's actually moved just here. We go ahead and click next, and it says, can you see the red blinking light on the front? So let's bring it forward, and you can probably see on there that that red light is flashing. So let's leave that there. So I'm not sure if you heard that, but it says press the sync button. So again, press sync. And you heard that beep just there, and it should now be flashing blue. So there you go, you can see it's flashing blue. and it's now going to go ahead and connect to the camera. So we now need to set up the Wi-Fi quickly, so I'm just going to go away and quickly do that.
Connecting to the Wi-Fi network, please wait.
Okay, so we keep patient while it is connecting to the Wi-Fi network. It is very loud. I have to say it is louder than some of the other Eufy cameras, so we're just going to give that a second while that connects.
Setup was successful.
There we go, the setup was successful, so we click next, and we're going to say this is in the backyard, click next, and now it's going to go off and check the firmware and go off and update that. So there we go, that's the camera setup and the firmware update complete. It does quickly show you how to mount it wherever you are. It does ask if you're in the US or Canada, and then that's that bit done. So you can see quickly on the app here that it is done. I've turned the sound off, otherwise you would be able to hear it, but you can see the pan and tilt. Quickly show you this, and you can see that works. So let's go ahead and get this set up outside. So I'm going to go ahead and mount the back box just up here on the pole for testing purposes. I have taken out the terminal block that actually does come inside this and just popped in some Wago clips just for ease of installation. There's 2 screws that go just here, and I'll show you the other part shortly once I've mounted this on. Just behind me, just over there, you can see there's a S40 solo cam. There's a video coming on that one soon, so be sure to hit the subscribe button, and when that video gets released, be sure to watch it. So I've gone ahead and used this strap to pop round the camera to give me support. So I can hook that in just here, and you can see that then sits nicely. So I'm going to use my terminal connectors just here to connect up. I will add, I'm not a qualified electrician, so if you're not familiar with electrics, please do get this installed professionally. What we'll do then is we'll take this little hook out, pop these in. I'm about 1.5 meters to 2 meters away from the camera, so this is the audio test on the camera itself, so I'm hoping it's quite clear. It is a bit of a windy day today, so maybe you are hearing a bit of the wind too. What I'm going to quickly do is walk down to the bottom of the garden and then walk back just for clarity, and then I'm also going to use a license plate just so you can see how well you can read as well. So I'm down to the back of the garden now, about 25 meters away, and I'm going to walk back up, and as I walk, I'm just going to walk in a bit of a diagonal shape, so just to see if this picks me up. So let's go this way. Obviously it's still got the wide view at the moment, so it's probably not going to move too much, but I'm probably about 5 to 7 meters away from the camera at this point. And I'm wondering if it's going to pick me up if I come closer. There we go, it's now following me. If I come under the camera, it's following me. So it's not bad really. I mean, the tracking is quite good. There are some wooden posts in the way, so it might struggle a little bit with some of it, but overall, it's not too bad with the tracking. So I'll be interested to see how this gets on at night. On to the license plate test. So I'm sure you can read this, there's InsideWire on it. I'm going to quickly go down to the back and then start walking forward and see how much you can see of it and how much you can read. So I'll start from about here, which is about 20 meters away. I'm sure you can see this at some point. It's not too bad in terms of its reading. I'm pretty sure from here it should be fairly clear. This is about, I want to say about 7 to 8 meters away, maybe roughly. So it's fairly clear in terms of the license plate reading. Just going to run the siren test on the floodlight camera. So here's the alarm. That's about 100 decibels, that alarm, and it's, I have to say, I'm standing about 1 meter away from it, and it is very loud. There's no doubt you'll hear this inside your house. And this one gives you the option for light or sound. It doesn't give you the option for both, unfortunately. Whereas some of the other Eufy cameras did give you the option for light and sound. Just before we get started with some of the camera tests, so this is now night time, it's fairly dark in the garden. The brightness is actually on 1 on the camera. I'm just going to show you this. This is the camera. This is the camera at 1% brightness. I'm not saying it's bright, but you can see a little bit in the area. It's not showing too much on the camera, but you can see a little bit in the area. What I'm going to quickly do is up this to, I'm going to put it to 30%, and then I'll let you decide what you can see. So you can tell me what you can see on the camera. So this is 30%, and then I'm going to go to 50%. And it just gets bright. I mean, you're getting to the point where you can't even look at the light anymore because it's that bright. And if I go to the full brightness at the full 3000 lumens, you can see it lights up pretty much the whole garden, which is really good. So let's go ahead and put this to the test and see how it works. So I'm just showing you the night vision. I'm just about to step into the camera, so I'm sure, no doubt, there you go. I wasn't even round the back of the camera, and you can see that this has picked up. So about 2 meters away from the camera, which is not bad. So you can see that's picked me up. I'm struggling to look into the camera itself because the lights are so bright. So it's struggling to, keeps going down for some reason. So I'm going to walk a little bit closer. There you go. So it's picked me up now. So I'm going to walk a little bit further away from the garden, just to see if it continues to track me further back down. Not sure what it's found down there, but it seems to be losing me. So there I am at the back of the garden. And I'm just going to walk towards so you get some sort of idea as to what the camera's like in the dark. So this is with the light at full brightness, walking towards the camera. There you go, you can probably see me in the picture now. So that's that one, and we will do a test with the license plate as well. Just going to walk into the camera frame, and I'm walking down to the back of the garden to do the license test. Not sure how much you can probably see of that. You can probably see the little reflective banner at the top, and I'm walking towards the camera now. Approximately 10 to 12 meters away, getting closer. I'm going to keep tilting it just in case you're getting the reflective light. So there we go, I'm about 3 meters away now. So gives you some sort of idea as to what the test looks like. So that's how that works in the nighttime. So I'm at the back of the garden, about to just walk out to see how far it takes before the floodlight comes on. So I'm going to go in a directional approach. So I've just come around the back of the garden and I'm walking in a diagonal approach. I can see the blue light flashing on the camera itself, but walking across. There we go. So I'd say I'm about 12 meters away from the camera roughly. I'll walk towards the camera so you can see the image. But yeah, that's not too bad in terms of the floodlight, so it does pick you up from quite far away. Now the nighttime tracking was a bit hit and miss, but overall it did find me when it needed to, and it was tracking me most of the time. For me, this camera is the all-in-one. It has the floodlight, it has a full 360-degree camera, it does have the night vision, and it does have a siren built into it as well. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Would you be happy to put this in your garden or your driveway? The 360 camera is really good. In terms of the daytime, the AI tracking works perfectly with no issues, and the image clarity, you can't complain with that 2K camera. There are going to be some Black Friday deals on this, so do keep those eyes out. My links are down in the description below. They do help me bring you more videos like this. Remember to subscribe to the channel, as I do have more Eufy equipment coming, and obviously like and comment below. This is InsideWire, and I'll see you in the next one.